lunch. I'll try to keep it brief within 10 minutes. See, I'm going to talk about the impact of e-governance and G2B initiatives on the business environment. See, in any e-governance project, what we are trying to achieve is the efficiency, effectiveness, transparency, and accountability in the government transaction, whether it is government to local level, different level of government, or G2B or G2C. Talking about G2B, what we are trying to achieve, I mean, there can be various parameters for the measurement, but essentially what we are trying to achieve is creating a conducive environment for the business within the corporate world, local as well as for the foreign investors, so as there is a additional flow of investment. I'll talk about, some cases where NIIT Technologies has been involved into creating some G2B applications. We have done number of applications within Asia Pacific. I am personally based at Singapore, involved in number of projects what we have done for Singapore government and within India government. One of the application is submission of building construction plan by the builders. In Singapore, it takes application to the application has to be made to 14 different agencies if you want to do a construction project, a large-scale construction project. Now the entire thing is done online, which results into the time saving and cost saving to the tune of 80%. We've been also involved into application for tax return filing through an interactive voice response system, which has been up and running for last 8 years. Another key application which has really impacted the business for the customs and cargo is the application for Singapore Airlines and the Singapore Airport Transport Authority for the freight and cargo management and the customs management. And back in India, one classic case is GIS-based workflow for the construction approval within certain range of the airport. That's a project done for the Airports Authority of India. And one of the signature project what has really created a biggest impact on a G2B is the e-procurement. I will not get into the detailed functionality of e-procurement because other speakers have already spoken on that. I would just try to highlight some of the differentiators. The GB essentially is an end-to-end e-procurement solution. It facilitates automation of the entire purchase process right from indenting till the final payment and can be used for various methods of procurement. This is a broad layout of how it looks like. It's got two modules. One is the enterprise module, which is used by the government agencies and ministries. And there is a partner module, which is used by the vendors, suppliers, and the business community. I'll not get into the detailed functionality. We have a booth here in the exhibition areas. If any of you are interested in knowing more about that, you're most welcome to come and visit our stall. This is a similar representation, how it is connected to the internet. The government side is connected on a secured intranet environment, whereas the partner side, which is the vendor side, is available on an internet environment. Some numbers about benefits, how GBs has benefited. Now it has been operational for last 5 years plus. In 2005 itself, more than 60,000 business opportunities from 120 different government ministries and agencies were floated on that with a total value of more than $10 billion. As of now, there are more than 35,000 users, almost 15,000 users from the government side and almost 20,000 plus users from the supplier side, which are using this system. Let's see how it has created the impact on e-procurement. So it has helped saving money for the costly advertisements. It has provided extent reach to the vendors and created increased competition. There are no papers to handle. It facilitates easier audit. The approval process is fully automated. We have detailed analysis of the spend data, which is very, very essential. There is no possibility of process violation. And it's fully secured and there is no leakage of a confidential data. Essentially what we are saying is we have redefined the e-procurement process. How do you get the real impact? Let me just touch upon few things. I mean, these are very generic. It's not a comprehensive, exhaustive list. But what we have learned from Singapore experience is create a single business portal for all the business needs. And in Singapore, there are more than 100 applications which have got links onto this. But the business community and the user need to remember only one link. Another key important thing which Mr. Malik says there is a process is happening is a single sign-on. In India right now, there is no citizen ID card system. I believe that will happen very soon. But then if you have different username and logon password for different application, it's going to make the task for the users very, very difficult. You need to have a single sign-on, your user ID and password, your citizen ID and password, which you can use for all the citizen services, which you can use for all the business services. Another point I would like to make is choose wisely what to outsource and what not to outsource. I think the most important thing is what not to outsource. Last 2 days we have been hearing a lot about PPP, public-private partnership. In fact, yesterday evening in one of the discussion it was mentioned about PPP that it is good to create vested interest through the involvement of PPP. But I also believe that at government's end, it is important to have the ownership rather than using PPP model just to pass on the entire responsibility to the private sector. It's very, very important and key to the success of any project. Prepare for the change, both internally and externally. Plan adequate visibility of the service. I think that's important. Unless and until you create visibility, no service, whether it is citizen-centric or business-centric, would be successful. Another important thing is training, again internal and external. And the key thing is promote the service. Unless and until you promote,